Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got a treat. It's an audio system demo of the 2020 McLaren 570S Spider and its 12-speaker Bowers & Wilkins audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to listen to some sample tracks, check out how the Iris infotainment system works, and look at its sound settings. I'm going to get out on the road, listen to some sample tracks while we're moving. I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a quick look at this British supercar. This is the brand new convertible version of the 570S McLaren. Now, they also make the 570 GT, a little bit more comfortable touring version, but this Spider has all the sporting aspects of the standard coupe car, but with a retractable hardtop and a little more cargo space and no degradation of performance. So we've been fortunate enough to be spending some time with it this week. Alissa and I are out here in Denver, Colorado. McLaren was nice enough to loan us this 570S for this trip. So we're gonna do a little sound system demo here and then head to the airport. And because we're a little strapped on cargo space, we've utilized the front and the tonneau area, and we still have to carry a little cargo here. So hopefully that doesn't get in the way of speaker sound at all, but you still should be able to get a good impression for this very fine system. So always do these audio system tests. The USB stick with uncompressed WAV lossless audio files plugged directly into the system, and two high-quality binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio experience on YouTube. We always also do these tests with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. We'll go in here to audio. We see that the 570S has your standard treble, mid-range bass, as well as front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, a studio setting, a stage setting, and a driver focus setting, as well as speed-dependent volume control. So we've got those all centered out now, but I'll go through and sample the differences. Treble. Mid-range. And once the song builds up here for a second, bass. So a pretty good range of differences there. And then 3 different sound settings I'll do here. Here's studio and stage. A little bit more of a 360 experience. And then driver focus, understandably, focuses the sound right around the driver's seat. We'll stick in studio for most of this test. If you press advanced, you can get rid of that, and it pretty much just has a studio, stage, or driver focus settings. For audio controls in the 570S, there's only one big old grippy volume knob here with good detents. Nothing on the steering wheel, as that is focused on driving. For track selection, this is a little bit screwy. You got your touch buttons right here. But if you're in a different menu, say navigation, there's no way to change tracks easily without having to hold the button here, go to now playing, and then change your tracks. So not a big deal, but you do have to change what you're doing. It's a simple setup. So let's switch tracks and get on the road. Now, if you would like to see more on the 570S, we have a full review. The link to that will be in the description. And hit that subscribe button. Check out all the other cool sound tests and other content that we have on the channel. you will be able to notice that these Pirelli P0 Corsa tires do have an effect on sound quality as we get rolling, especially once we get up to highway speeds. The 570S does have stop start, so you get a little bit more musical experience when you're stopped at a light. Now that we're up to highway speeds, turn the music down, let you hear what the 570S Spider sounds like at 70. Not exactly the most refined. Certainly, as I mentioned before, a good amount of tire noise, but wind noise isn't bad, and the engine drone really isn't too bad as well. So you could do some road trips in this car, but the GT model might be a little bit quieter, and there are certainly other quieter options. So this next track can really stress an audio system, so let's see how the 12-speaker Bowers and Wilkins can handle it. Quite well. You've got 12 speakers, a lot of power here in the amplifier, good amount of bass coming from right behind us. It's not exactly the crispest Mark Levinson system on the market, but it sounds good, it sounds strong, and especially when fighting with all this ambient noise, it's handling itself pretty well. So for you savages out there who like to know how much bass a car can put out, turn this track bass all the way up and hear what we can get. Good amount of interior mirror shakeage, some outerior mirror shakeage as well. I can feel it in my seat, feel it in the door panels. I think for this size of vehicle, the bass is pretty impressive. I mean, you can't exactly fit a 14-inch subwoofer in here. I think it's pretty good. Summarizing my thoughts on the 12-speaker Bowers & Wilkins system here, the McLaren 570S. I'm really quite impressed. I mean, for a vehicle that starts above $200,000, you would hope that the sound system sounds quite good, but McLaren has not disappointed here. A few of the frustrations come from the Iris infotainment system. It's not the worst system in the world. The response times are okay, but a lot of times when you're driving a vehicle like this, you're driving fast, you're really dialed into the driving experience. Something as simple as a few volume change knobs really could go a long way in just making your driving experience a little bit more fluid. Let's listen to the start of this song. Switch to stage. There's definitely more 360 experience in stage mode, but the sound isn't quite as crisp. So most music I would be listening to, I'd probably leave it on studio. If I had to give an objective 0 to 10 rating on the Bowers and Wilkins system here, I think I'd be looking at about an 8.5. It's quite good. We didn't talk about audio inputs while we were stopped. We don't have all of them, but we do have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, and 3 USB-A ports. It's pretty good. You're missing a CD player, but that's really not too bad here in 2020. So all things considered, the sound system sounds really good. And we haven't exactly tested the audio systems of many exotic supercars, so we can't really give much of a subjective rating. But as I said earlier, at $250,000 for this exact model, you would hope that the sound system sounds pretty good. So I'd be giving this about a 7. I just think they could stand to do a little bit more with their infotainment system at this price point. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in here. If you want to see more on this car, check out our full review as well as our POV drive up on the Winding Road channel and the Topers review on this car. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.